Okay, so those characteristics. What is a good reader? Yeah. This piece of research is quite old. Yeah, it's 1998, so it's about 13 years old. But books and reading is about 600 or 700 years old. So in relation to that, this research is quite new. Yeah? And the characteristics of reading haven't really changed much in 600 or 700 years that books have been around. So this comes from the United States, the National Assessment of Educational Programs. And they examined the characteristics of good readers. And they found 6 of them. I've got 3 here. First characteristic is that they have a positive attitude. A positive mental attitude towards reading. That is something that, with your students, I can't really help you with too much. Your students' attitudes are a product of the relationship between the students and the teacher more than it is the relationship between the content. But good content can help improve students' attitudes. Second one is focusing around fluency. So they need the skills, they have to have the tools, if you like, to be able to become good readers. That we can help you with by giving you good material that helps build student fluency through the strategies that I'm going to show you later. The third one is crucial for, in particular, the students who are reading a foreign language, using what they know to understand what they read. By that I mean your students have knowledge of many different subjects. It could be popular culture, it could be what they study in school, it could be what they see on television, it could be what they read in their own language, it could be what they experience in their daily lives. They have a big bank of knowledge. That knowledge may not be in English, it might be in Chinese. But they can use that knowledge that they have gained in Chinese to scaffold around and make inferences and work out what the meaning of the English text is. You understand what I mean by that? Yeah? Good readers understand what they read by thinking around the text, critically evaluating the meaning of the text. So good readers do not just passively accept everything that they read. They think, is this correct? Do I agree with this? Is there another way of thinking about that? What happens next? I've read this, so what? Yeah? A good reader thinks critically about what they've read. A good reader uses strategies to enhance their understanding. Yeah? So a good reader will be able to skim passages quickly in order to get the main idea. They will be able to scan through to be able to get specific details that they need in order to do something, whether it could be finding out some specific information about transportation. They need to scan through in order to do that. Good readers use those strategies. They may not know that they're using those strategies, and students who are learning English as a foreign language often need to be trained to do those strategies because they don't have the experience that native speakers have through reading in that language from their early lives. And good readers, you can read a variety of texts and can read for a variety of purposes. Now, I just mentioned that I live in Japan, and I talk a lot to Japanese university teachers. And they say there's a problem with the way that Japanese students read, in that Japanese students read a lot. Can you guess what they read? What do you think Japanese students read? 18 to 21 years old.
Love stories or something like that.
Love stories, maybe. But yes, but in what format would it be? Comic books, yeah. So Japanese students love to read comic books. So I personally don't particularly like comic books. Yeah, I'm not a fan. And I understand that there is some value in reading comic books. At least they're reading something. Yeah. But if 95% of what you're reading is comic books, I don't think that you're broadening your mind very much. And good readers need to accept that not everything they read is going to be immediately connected to giving them enjoyment or connected to what they're doing right now. Yeah? And I'm going to show you the topics that come into some of our books later, but I'm not going to claim that all of those topics will interest all of your students. That would be a foolish thing to claim because it simply is not true. But what I will say is that the topics that do interest your students are useful to them. The topics that do not interest your students are equally, if not more, useful to them, in that it encourages them to read things that perhaps they would be reluctant normally to do so. So those are the 6 characteristics of good readers.